So excited. I can't wait to hear what these ladies have to say about this topic. So an author and professor has people talking this week after she made a plea for schools to teach kids how not to be offended. Arshad Manji believes, quote, giving offense is the price of diversity, not an impediment to diversity. Does she have a point? So we're diving into this today with author Dina Babel, author Erica Strong, and National Director of What Women Want Atlanta, Catherine Marshall. Hi, ladies.
Hi.
I actually was like, I just want to be quiet because I'm so interested in what you guys have to say. So in a recent interview with People Magazine, Professor Manji says she believes young people in American society have become too easily offended. That's why she suggests schools should teach the next generation of adults who will be debating politics and other polarizing issues how not to feel insulted when faced with differing viewpoints. So, what do you guys think?
Hallelujah.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I'm so
Right.
glad that we're talking about this.
Yeah.
First of all, hey, Kara.
Hi.
I've never been on this. No, I think that when I was reading this and thinking about it, I thought, what stops me in a debate? And the truth is, it is emotion, right? And so if you can have conflict resolution and learn how to truly get what you want. If you're in a true debate, are you looking for the truth? What are you looking for?
Right.
Or do you just want to be heard? Or do you want to be right? You know, think about Dr. Phil. Do you want to be right?
Yeah.
So you got to say
Right.
what makes the most difference and how do I teach my child how to get their opinion across and to deliver it respectfully.
Yeah, because I think oftentimes when we get frustrated in a debate, quote unquote, it's because of our feelings or our beliefs, and they don't see it our way, and we're just focused on us.
Yeah, I like how she has gone to the schools for education for it, because I remember, you know, I'm the story girl.
Yeah.
So my dad was a stay-at-home dad, and he would pick me up from school every day, and every day I'm sobbing, walking home from school, telling a story why my feelings was hurt.
Yeah.
And so I literally had to like get a grip. My dad one day said, "Erica, you have to be like a duck." And I was like, what does that mean? Well, the water does not absorb on a duck.
Yep.
It rolls off the duck's
Rolls
back.
off.
So
Yeah.
as an adult, I pretend like I'm
be
a
a duck.
duck when somebody says
Yeah.
something to me, just let it roll off.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's
that
what
is
I learned.
exactly what I heard
I
when
like
I first
that.
got this concept. And it's not about you, and we have a choice about how offended we're going to be and how we can let things go and just really move ahead with making our viewpoint known.
Yeah.
So,
It's important because I have an 8-year-old daughter, and right now they get in this, you know, well, so-and-so said this to me at school, or I got my feelings hurt, and they're trying to navigate these waters right now, especially with social media and everything that's out there. So I'm glad she's talking about this, and I think we need to implement it big time, and it taught me something to read it.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Well, piggybacking on that then, do you think adults should be taught this as well? Because right now they're teaching children. Should we have classes for adults?
oh dear God, yes. I think the adults need it more than the children. I mean,
Yeah.
they're the ones that get in the heated debates and families cut off from each other over a political view. And you know what? I think we need to learn how to disagree and agree to disagree and still love the person.
Right. I agree. My mom would be like, I'm just going to not be friends with my sister anymore.
That's what people do. They walk away.
I'm like, that means a lot.
She's
Mom. Don't
hurt
do
me.
that.
I'm not talking to her. She's not
Right.
coming to the bake sale.
But one of the things that she said in the article is that we are complex. And because we're complex, I just have to love you and be gracious enough to know that we are not going to think the same way and we're not going to be the same person, but you still are a beautiful soul that I have to respect.
Right.
So, you know, I say yes, we need to learn it as adults.
Yeah, one of the things she says is consider this. No one has actually offended you. They've just annoyed you, which I like, because maybe the problem is that you think other people have to act a certain way and think a certain way, but those are your expectations for that person, not yourself.
Well, I disagree with that one
Okay.
because I think it's also a choice to be annoyed.
Right.
I think it is a conscious choice. You can say, hey, I don't agree with that opinion, and here's why. This is my value system.
Sure.
This is my experience. But I park being annoyed. I don't get annoyed, consciously have made a decision not to do that.
Okay, how do you do that, Catherine?
I just slow down.
Just the ways. Okay.
A lot of meditation.
Right, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean a lot of personal development work. And over the years, I've realized, you know, I can choose to waste time being annoyed, or I can say, here's the situation. It's not my truth, but it's okay. I'm going to keep moving.
Right, right. That's their issue.
Yeah, you could, or if you look at people that do hypnotizing, right? They talk about the conscious and the subconscious.
Absolutely.
And living in your subconscious more than you're conscious of. So-and-so hurt me, she always upsets me, I'm gonna go to lunch and this is what's gonna happen, versus just saying, this isn't about me, this is just about what's going on right now. I don't have to involve myself consciously into it. I can decide that it's not about me, it's about what's happening right then and there.
Right.
Which is very deep.
I was gonna say, and
Deep.
it's really,
Yes.
really hard for certain people to do that? I mean, and I know amazing people that really take everything so personally. And how do you like help them flip the script on like life would be so much easier if you didn't take everything so personally, because it really ain't about you.
One of the things is like lowering your expectation of someone else, because when you have these high expectations of somebody else, you really just hurt yourself. Because when I expect you to be the mother that I thought you should be, and you're not, then I'm offended. Then that offense is on me, because I expect you to be something that I dreamed of.
Right.
So like just kind of leveling out those expectations of people and what they should say or shouldn't say, and just understand that
that's a
people are
good
just gonna be
point, because
people.
we also think people are going to react just based on how we would react.
Yes.
And you have to understand everybody has a different subset of experiences, and it really doesn't have anything to do about you. So when someone takes it hyper personal, I think to be a good friend, you got to say you need to check yourself a little bit and maybe work on that.
Right. And it's also like, that was a good example with the mom situation, because it's like your perspective at the time. Like maybe you thought things should be one way, and then you become a mom and you're like, oh, this is really hard. You know, I'm just trying to do the best that I can. Okay, this is interesting too. Let people be who they are. No one has the right to shape other people's behaviors. You have to accept people for who they are.
That is true. And that's the other part of being compassionate, like having that grace for that other person.
I think so too, because if it's not all about me, it's really about we. And it's like a fork in the road. If you always come from we, you sort of get this meta view of we're all working in this life together. We come from different backgrounds, different values. And again, we can agree to disagree, and I can love you and value you as a person, even if I really don't agree with you.
And it doesn't mean you have to be friends with everybody.
No.
And I
I'm
don't
not
think
going to
that's
be friends with everybody.
And you don't have to be angry with a person if you don't agree. I like one of the quotes that she did in an article with Bruce Lee when he associated things to water. Like when you have water, water will just go through anything, over any obstacle, because it is fluid. That's really how we should live
Go
our
with the
lives.
flow.
You also got to have, like, we've talked about this before, but in a relationships, maybe a get out free word or something like, okay, we both have differing opinions. Maybe we table this and we come back to it at a different time. Or if you're in a relationship with your husband or something, you know, parenting or this issue is going to come up. Here's my opinion, let's come back and talk about it when we've done our own research, our own homework. Because if you're not going to go learn about it, then you're not going to come with a different opinion. You're not going to evolve.
And sometimes you have to meet people where they are, because they're probably not as smart as you.
Yeah.
I don't know. Don't tell yourself that. I like this one though too. This one's good. No random comment is ever going to change your life. So what really matters is how you see yourself and how you feel about yourself.
That is so
I don't think that's true.
You don't think
just
so?
gave me a comment that we just had a comment off camera.
Okay.
And she said, "What'd you say? Be where you are." What were we were in a deep
It's okay
conversation.
to not know.
It's okay to not know. I've been ruminating that in my head about some stuff, and when she said it, I thought, you know what? I'm going to take her advice. I mean,
wait, say that again. Say it again.
It's okay to not know.
It's
okay.
If there's a place where you're uncertain about something or a situation, it's okay to not know. As I said, I've looped that in my own mind about a certain situation, but hearing someone say it with power and someone that you respect, you might sit back and go, you know what, I'll take her up on that for a little while.
I thought it meant more like if somebody says something to you that upsets you, it's not going to take you off course.
Unless you
know
let
where
it.
you're going.
Well, it depends on the
That's true.
situation. I
It's
think.
easy to take a negative comment and really internalize that and get totally derailed. Like you can have someone make one poor comment about your book and you're like, oh my gosh, my book is a failure. Yet you've got hundreds of positive comments. But keep in mind, you get more of what you focus on. It's really important. You can let go.
When you're mad, though, that's hard. Because like we all want to be this high-level human, experience, right? But when you're on social media or someone says something that hurts your feelings, it's hard not to say, "Poor me. Let me tell you what happened, and let me call 20 friends to discuss it, and analyze it." But I think your higher self, when you're in a good hormonal balance, you can step away.
We normally are.
Practice mindfulness, like Catherine obviously does. All right, Dina, Erica, Catherine, thank you guys so much for being here. I think we helped some people today. I hope that we did. All right, well, don't go anywhere.
I was helped.
Yeah, me too. I'm going to take that. All right, Trending with Trent is up next. Thanks, ladies.
Thanks.